All right, in this video, we're going to be looking at how to customize mass outreach using Ringless voicemail. What's nice about this is you're not interrupting people with cold calls. What you're doing is you're sliding into their voicemails uninterrupted. So their phone doesn't ring. They just notice they have a voicemail. And when they do, they check it when they have a chance. And if your offer is compelling enough, hopefully they will return a call. So the way that this works is we're going to populate leads within an Airtable database. Now you can get your leads from numerous sources, whether that's Apollo, Hunter. You could pay a VA to scrape them or compile them manually for you. You could build an automation to scrape the internet yourself and then enrich that data with various tools. But in this example, like I said, we're keeping it simple. So we've got a name, business name, and a phone number. So the way that this works is we've got a automation in make.com that is going to watch records within that Airtable database. It's set on an interval to run once every day, just picked at 4:18 p.m. And what will happen is it will grab those records. It will then send those over to elevenlabs, which is going to, here's the voice. There's numerous voices you could choose from using the 11 multilingual version 2. And then what we're doing is you can either hard code the script where you put in placeholders such as the first name and the business name, which again are coming from the Airtable database, or you could throw a language model in between and you could put in information like their LinkedIn profile, their email, their phone number, and then have it kind of go about the internet and put together a profile on them and write a even more customized voicemail message. You then send that information, like I said, that's been generated by that language model over to elevenlabs, and it'll create a speech for you. But in this one, we're just putting in a few placeholders in just basically a hard-coded script. So what will happen is it'll send that information over to elevenlabs, and then I will end up getting a response back where it's populated. Hey, John. So as you can see, that's from here. Hey, John. This is such and such, the reason I'm calling, available for, and then it's pulled their business information from there, their business name. From there, what we're doing is we're uploading it to a Google Drive folder. The reason we're doing this is we need to get a share link and we need to get a file downloaded to make in order to send it to slybroadcast, the Ringless voicemail software that we're going to be using. So we're sending the file name, which is coming from elevenlabs here. It's a speech synthesis. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to then create a share link based on that file that was sent. So file ID comes from the previous module here. So like I said, we grab the file ID. We're going to change it to reader, anyone. I've allowed file discovery. And then within the Ringless voicemail, what I'm doing is I'm adding a day to now. So as you can see, now is the current time. And then I'm adding a day. I'm putting in the web content link. Make sure you use the web content link because that will allow you to download it. The share link is simply for viewing, like in the browser, for example, if you wanted to see what it sounded like or send it to someone else. Phone number is coming from that Airtable database that we grabbed. And then the caller ID is going to be whatever number you want to put in. Now, what I would recommend and what I do is I put in the number of an AI agent that I've already created that is trained on knowledge with my company, as well as it's got access to my calendar so it can book calls for demos or whatever it may be. The possibilities are really endless, but I would recommend putting in an automated agent. That way, anytime they call back, you're going to be available, unless, of course, you've got somebody on the phone waiting 24/7 that can answer those calls. Next up, you're going to want to do mobile only. And then finally, the format has to be something that is accepted by slybroadcast. MP3 format is the format in this case from elevenlabs, which is accepted. So you put the format and click OK. So what we'll do is we'll just run this. Sorry, not that. Just choose where to start. Choose manually, and I'll show you how this works. So we'll just grab a record 3, and then we're going to run it. So if we go back, we see record 3 was Bill. So if this runs correctly, what should happen is it should output a file that says, hey, Bill, this is whatever it says. The reason I'm calling is I build whatever your speech or your pitch is. It's going to upload that, going to grab the share link, and then it's going to send it over to slybroadcast. So if we jump over to slybroadcast, what we should see is we should see a scheduled message for tomorrow, which is this one. And there it is, scheduled for tomorrow at 8:15. So there you go. That gives you an idea what it would sound like. And again, this is great because you can gather hundreds of leads, you can schedule it, drop them in your Airtable database, and then set it and forget it. Ringless voicemail is relatively cheap. If you do a month to month, you can get it for $8 a month for 100 sends. Otherwise, it's $10 for 100 sends. Idea. So even if you're converting at 1 or 2%, you're getting 1 or 2 callbacks. And if you can convert one of those, well, that's not a bad use of $10. So if you have any questions about this automation or how you can use it in your business, how you can add functionality to it, how you can increase the ability to do other things, this is very basic, but it just shows you the power of using automations to leverage your time. So I hope you like this. I'll see you in the next one.